Okay, so how to fast prototype in Blender. So what we're gonna use is empty object, okay, and it's gonna be the parent object for our prototype. Okay, in this case we're gonna try to make a spaceship or something like that. So what we're gonna do is create a cube or any object really. We're just looking for basic shapes, okay, and this is gonna be like, I don't know, some piece of the spaceship. So what we're gonna do is add a modifier, mirror, and we're gonna use a mirror object. We're gonna use the empty object, okay? So we can rename this as spaceship. So this is our spaceship model, okay? Problem, when we move the empty, it changes the mirror central point or mirror reference, but it doesn't move the object. So what we're gonna do is parent this object to the empty. So what we're gonna do is select this, select the empty, press Ctrl P, and parent object. Okay. If we make another object like a cylinder, for example, and we want to do the same, right? So we're gonna place it here. It's gonna be like something. So what we're gonna do is copy this modifier to this one. Okay, so I'm going to do add and copy to selected, so we have this modifier. And also what we can do is parent using shift here, so shift, click and drag inside the spaceship, and now it's all inside the spaceship. Okay, so we can move. Cool. So now let's say that we don't want this to intersect, or actually we want to intersect the bisect. So what we're gonna use is activate bisect here. Okay, so again we're gonna copy to selected, so to copy this modifier to all objects. So now if we move those objects, they intersect. Okay, so it's more clear if we do it on this one. Okay, like going on the other side, when we activate this doesn't happen anymore. Now we can use those pieces to play around and make, I don't know, something that looks more like a spaceship. Very fast, quick concept. Hopefully you can see the potentials of this technique. We can go to edit mode and change those objects. Okay. And everything should be parent now, but if you create another object like a UV sphere, for example, just remember to parent it. Okay, so if we want to add materials quickly, we can double click here, select all the objects, and we need to select one object at the end. Oh, there is duplicate mirrors here. Let's create a new material and let's change the color to red, for example, and I want to see that color on the viewport, so I'm gonna just add this, and then I'm gonna press Ctrl L, link materials, and now we have this color for all the objects. Okay, and we can make a new one and use this blue for the cockpit. Maybe we want to make a special color for some objects, so we can make a copy of this material, change it to grayish, brown grayish, and again Ctrl L, link materials. And this is how quickly we can create prototypes. This technique could be very useful for layout, or yeah, whatever you want to do quickly. Some prototypes. Everything is parent to one object, so you have control of it. Double click on the icon to select all the objects, or right click, select hierarchy. We'll select the hierarchy as well. On the outliner, to select from here, I think there is a command somewhere. Select hierarchy. There is no command, but probably you can add a shortcut for that. Anyway, I normally use double click here. This was added recently, before I was using select hierarchy, and it works quite well if you need to select all the objects, but really you just need to click on that one. You can change the shape of the of the empty if you want. So if you need to see it more clearly, you can change the size. So yep, sphere. Okay, and it works quite well. That's also really useful to organize scenes. A part of collections. That collections, remember, are more like used for render layers, more like tags, not really to organize the hierarchies. If you want to see the hierarchies, you need to switch here to scene, and then you have the collections and the objects separately. Okay, so you can see different collections as tags for render layers and stuff, and then the hierarchy will be visible on the objects. Okay,